Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today you're going to learn how to make your own window in Revit. So what you're looking at now is your first mistake. So I'm going to tell you how to avoid this. So your window, you're probably going to want a trim. This one does have a trim. You wonder why it's not visible, you ask? Because when you click on the wall, you can see that there's clearly a trim. But for some reason, when you unclick on the wall, there is no trim visible. Let me show you how to avoid this. So to first make your own window, go to File, New, Family, and I'm going to teach you how to do this quick fast. Scroll to the bottom, mine's in alphabetical order, go wherever your windows are and click Window. So it's going to open up the reference level, which is the floor plan view. And so before even beginning to create your window, look and see what type of wall you have. Mine automatically gives me a 6-inch wall, but the walls that I'm working with are 8-inch. So before you even begin modeling, make sure you change this wall to whatever wall you're going to be modeling with. And so now that I've changed it, we're good to go. So first, you have your opening cut, which is quite literally the opening of your window. So I'm going to go to the interior side. And of course, you can make whatever shape you want. I want an arch shape window. So I'm going to click that opening, click Edit Sketch. And this line right here, I'm going to delete it and click the Start in Radius Arc tool and make an arch from point A to B. So whatever shape you want to make, go ahead and make that. If you want to make a circular window, just delete all of these lines and click the circle and make your circle. So once you have your shape made, click the check mark. And as you can see in the 3D view, we have the arch window. And now we're going to do the framing for it. So I'm going to go back to the interior side, go to Create, Extrusion, and I'm going to literally trace all these lines right here that I just made. So I'm going to do that like so. And for the arch, click the Start in Radius Arc tool and make the arch. And now I'm going to click OF on my keyboard or click the Offset tool here. And I'm going to offset that 2 inches, but you can offset it however thick you want your trim to be. Totally up to you. And now I'm going to click the check mark and I'm going to edit the material. This part is optional, but for rendering purposes, you're going to want to edit your material. Since it's an example model, I'm just going to click a random material that Revit already comes with. But of course, you need to pick whatever material fits what you want. And I do have a video on how to make your own material in Revit. I'll link it down below. So this is the trim, and as you can see, it's way too thick. So I'm going to drag this first node down to the interior side of the wall, and this other node to adjust the actual thickness of the trim. And I'm going to go to the exterior side and make that size trim. So go to Create, Extrusion, and literally trace everything again. Pretty simple, quick, fast, how to make your own window. And I'm going to offset it once again. Another quicker way you could do it is just mirror the trim to the exterior side. But since we didn't do that, we're going to drag the nodes to the exterior side and this node here to adjust thickness. I'm just eyeballing it, but of course, for your project, you need to have exact measurements of how thick it needs to be. So this is what it looks like right now, and I'm going to make sure that I have that material on here by going to the Properties tab and finding my material. So now we need the glass. So I'm going to go to Interior Side, Create, Extrusion, and I'm going to go ahead and change the material while it's on my mind. Okay, and now I'm going to make my glass, which is literally pretty simple. I'm going to trace the shape of what I want to do. And now I'm going to click the check mark. I'm going to go to the reference level, and I'm going to move that glass to the middle You can move it to whatever side you want. You can move it closer to the interior or close to the exterior. I'm just going to put mine in the middle. So there it is, like so. And now you could be done if you want. Now, if you want grid lines on your window, this is how you do that. So I'm going to go to the interior side, click Create Extrusion, and I'm just going to draw the basics first. So I'm going to draw a line down the middle, a line by the arch, and I'll do a second one here. Now, you could offset this if you want exact measurements. So, for example, if I want to click offset 1/2 inches, could do like that. Or you could just copy the lines up and down if you're just trying to eyeball it. And so now I'm going to delete the middle line because those were just used as guidelines to create the thickness of the entire grid. And now you pretty much just want to trim all these corners, and then you're going to have to add the lines. So I'm going to press TR on my keyboard and trim these corners here. And I'm just going to add this line back like so. And now I'm going to press TR and I'm going to trim. And if you get this notification, just press unjoin elements because sometimes Revit wants to be stubborn, but you have to be the bigger person and just click unjoin elements. So now I'm going to add these lines here to finish that off. And now that you have your grid, you want to, hold on, I feel like this is kind of too big. So I'm just selecting these and moving it upward. I feel like it's so big. Too big. Okay, that looks a little more normal. So now I'm going to just close off all of these ends here and at the top. So I'm going to do that by just getting the regular line tool and connecting point A and B. Because if you don't, Revit will not let you complete the sketch with open loops. So now I'm going to click the check mark and I'm going to change this material because I still have it as if I'm making it out of glass. I've never seen a window with glass grids, but that sounds cool. So now I'm going to go to the reference level, and as you can see, the depth is way out here. So this node here I'm going to attach to the glass, which is in the middle. And this node here is going to determine the thickness. So I'm going to just drag it a little smaller. So like I said about the trim earlier, you could have just mirrored it over. So I'll show you that now. So I'm going to mirror these grid lines by selecting it, pressing MM on my keyboard, or just pressing this tool here. And this is the line I wanted to mirror over, and boom, as you can see, it has done that. It's a little off, but no problem, just drag it down. Much quicker than just going on the exterior side and making those grid lines all over again. So now this is the window, and you're gonna wanna load that into your project. So once you load it into your project, just click WN on your keyboard to activate the window tool. And as you can see, our window is here. And place your newly custom windows that you learned how to make quick, fast. And this is what they are in the 3D view. So boom, now you have learned how to make your own windows in Revit. Revit does not come with these. These are custom made. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. God bless.